Hey guys, on today's episode we're going to be cutting this piece of aquamarine. Now this was a commissioned piece and the customer wanted a cylindrical cut gemstone and they wanted it set into a ring for an anniversary present. So we went over a few different gem designs and we settled on a design called Necessity 1 by Norman Steele with 115 facets. Now, I did encourage a more complicated design because they wanted something customized. It's better to pick a design that you can't traditionally buy in a jeweler's shop. And I do have a lot more fun cutting complicated designs opposed to the more basic traditional. So I had promised last episode was going to be the final time I was using this Bic lighter and elastic band, but unfortunately my oil lamp still hasn't arrived yet, so we're going to have to bear with this one more episode here. Now, I ground down a flat spot for this aquamarine to be dopped, and I ground the perimeter down to roughly make a circle. Now I'm just adding the dop to the machine, and I'm just spinning this to create a nice even circle, and then I'm going to move on to the girdle facets. And here is the girdle facets, which is the perimeter of the stone. Now I've formed the culet, which is the point of the pavilion. And here we are starting the polishing stage and getting the pavilion finished up. Alright guys, just polishing the pavilion here, and the worst thing happened to me. I'm holding the aquamarine. It actually popped off the dop stick. But fortunately I do have some tactics in my arsenal to get this fixed up. So let's do it. I had to go to the store and get some plasticine. Now what I have here is the dop transfer, and I have some plasticine on the bottom dop here because I don't want to permanently bond the gem because I'm going to have to move it to find the location of the center point. And basically what I need to do is, when I look at this gem, you can see the gem needs to move over just a little bit. So it's going to push it over. Now we're going to spin it around and we're going to see. Looks like it needs to move a little more. I think that's it. Okay, so instead of the jeweler's wax, I'm actually going to use this 5-minute jeweler's epoxy. Now the reason being, for me to spin this thing around, get things hot, squish wax together, there's a chance that I'm actually going to push that gem. Alright, it's a moment of truth here. And it's looking pretty good. We got things nice and centered. The facet is polishing perfectly. So that's exciting. The last thing you need is to have this off-centered and screw up the polishing stage. Alright, we just finished the pavilion on this. I'm gonna move her from the quill here. Alright, let's do the dop transfer. Get this crown cut up. So this time lapse is on ×3 speed, just to show you guys the process of the gem transfer. And we're just trying to heat the pavilion of the stone as well as the opposing dop and get the wax hot, so when I squish them together, they create a nice bond. Alright, so I just have a paper towel here with an elastic band, and the paper towel is soaked in water, and the idea is just to pull as much heat away from this new side of the dop as we can. Now this side is the jeweler's epoxy, and I'm not really sure how much heat it's going to take to loosen this bond, so I did add this paper towel on the other side. Alright, just put the dop back in the machine, and we are started on the crown. Now I'm using my 1200 grit lap, which is going to create smaller surface scratches. And you can see here that each facet actually goes pretty quickly once we have the gem shaped in. And here I am working on the final row of facets on the crown. And this is the gem shaped up now. We just have to do the pre-polish and polishing stage. Gonna do a a little rubbing alcohol on this, check things over just before we remove this from the machine. Take this out of the quill here. Just going to add on the adapter for the crown cut. And the reason we have to do this is the machine is incapable of going completely down. With this adapter slid on, it allows us to do that. That's it, guys. Another one down. I'm going to take this dop out. We're going to throw it in the freezer, break the wax, and I'm going to show you guys the finished result. Before I take it out, I'm just going to do a double check. And that table is looking spectacular. Now I'm going to end up setting this in a ring, and I'm going to release this video now as I wait for the ring to arrive, and I'll make a YouTube short to show the finished product in the ring, but I didn't want to upload this video this week, so